gentlemen, to JWF Monday Night Ignition. I'm your host, Silver Spoon, joined as always by the man who's getting ready to throw the biggest shindig of the summer. It's Captain Tibbs.
Sills, it's summertime out here in the city, and I love every minute of it. This is the best time of year because this is when I commentate in my underwear.
Oh, all right. Tibbs, I'm sitting right next. Don't put your knee on my knee. No.
Can't believe you didn't notice that yet.
Oh, I hadn't looked down, Tibbs, but that's right, Tibbs. It's summer, and that means it's time for Summerfest, one of the biggest pay-per-views we throw all year. In fact, I'll be honest with you, if any pay-per-view could give WrestlePalooza, the show of shows, a run for its money, I gotta say, it's Summerfest.
That's right, Sills, because what the fuck else is going on in the middle of summer? Let me tell you, nothing.
That is right, Tibbs, and of course, we already know one of the matches at Summerfest, we are going to have the finals of the King of the Steel City Tournament. We already know one of the semifinal matches. We're going to see Guy Fieri taking on the returning Funky Flossie, but in addition, we're going to be finding out who's joining them tonight as we have two more quarterfinal matches. And Tibbs, these are some big ones right here.
Absolutely, Sills. We always save the best for the middle.
That's right, Tibbs. It is an implosion of the VWO, you can say. All members of the VWO are going to be fighting it out. And let's be honest, the VWO, one of the most dominant stables we've ever had here in JWF. And I think that these men could easily, one of them, go on to hold the crown. We already know one of them, the Hammerman, had the crown last year.
That's right, Sills. And the VWO, each of these individuals is worth their weight in wrestling. Sills, let me tell you something. The VWO, they ran roughshod over this company 2 separate times in 2 different incarnations. And I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Fight me, Hulcher. Fight me.
I'm looking forward to seeing these matches tonight.
That's right, but before that, we do need to hear from your son, Chuck Tibbs. Of course, he went through an absolutely brutal 2 out of 3 falls count anywhere match. Couple of weeks ago at Eccentric Force, Chuck was on top of the world. He thought he was unstoppable until last week. The god of the JWF himself, Mamoa Curry, came out, looked Chuck in the eyes, and said that he had proven himself to the JWF universe, but he had not yet proven himself to the god of the JWF.
You know, Sills, there comes a time in every father's life where you're worried that your best friend is going to beat up your son, and, well, Sills, I'm just terrified right now because it looks like Chuck has finally found his place as JWF champion. He's finally found his direction after defeating Scotty Moore, and I don't know what Mamoa Curry was gonna do about that.
That's right, but Chuck Tibbs is coming out to our ring right now, and I think he has a response for the god of the JWF, and if it's anything like what Chuck said in the past, I'll be honest with you, Tibbs, it's probably not smart.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to the ring and hear what Chuck Tibbs has to say.
A few months ago, I got the best news of my entire damn career, let me tell you what. The doctors, they came into my room, they told me I was medically cleared to wrestle again. They said my recovery was outstanding and that I could get back in the ring by cash in the bag. And damn, that was scary. I was just utterly terrified. I didn't know what was going to happen when I stepped into the ring for the first time after my injury, especially in a match like Cash in the Bag where you could just be thrown off a ladder, break your neck, and that's it. And that match has ended people's careers and put them on the injured list for months, maybe even years. I didn't know if I was ready for it or not. But that's the day that my dad came to visit me. My dad came into that room, and it was about a week before I returned, and he sat down across from me and said that man isn't measured by how much fear he feels. A man is measured by what he does with his fear. He said that staring into the abyss and continuing to run forward despite however much terror you feel, Look, at Eccentric Force, I felt that terror when I was climbing that ladder, blood pooling in my eyes, and when I jumped off to secure my victory straight on top of Scotty Moore, that was terror in my eyes. Last week, I felt terror when Mamoa Curry looked straight into my face and told me I needed to prove myself. But, just like Cash in the Bag, just like Eccentric Force, I am gonna accept that fear. I'm going to accept the terror that I feel, and I'm gonna keep moving forward. And, growing up the son of a booker, you kind of learn what the word dream match means. And Summerfest, of all places, it deserves a damn dream match. So, that's why I'm going to take all this terror and all this fear that I'm feeling right now and come and say to Momoa's face, if he wants a match, if he wants me to prove myself, I'm going to do just that. I'm going to stare right across the ring from the god of the JWF himself, and I'm going to do every damn thing in my power to take him down to the mat, lock his ankle in the captain's hook, and make him tap out. Yeah, for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be scared shitless, I can promise you that. I'm going to be terrified of what Mamoa Curry might do to me, when he might show up, when he might stare me in the face again. But I will keep moving forward. Because I'm not just any man anymore. I'm the man of the JWF. I'm the man that you have to beat in this company, and I'm going to prove myself.
Well, Tibbs, I told you the boy was gonna say something dumb, and he did it. He damn right did it, the boy
That
said...
was beautiful, Sills. Hell yes. Go, son. Live your dreams. Face your fear. Go forward. That's what I told you. That's my boy. You're gonna get killed, but do it.
I don't think Mamoa Curry's ever even been tapped out in a match, Tibbs. He didn't even have to make the match. He could have just been like, oh, I'm sorry that I haven't proven myself to you, but I'm gonna go fight Funky Flossie or whatever. He didn't have to do this.
Yes, he did, Sills. Because my son is a champion, and he's a fighting champion. And I'll tell you, there's damn no better fight that you could go into than Mamoa Curry. He might get the shit slapped out of him, but I admire that courage.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the gauntlet has been thrown down. A dream match is going to be made for Summerfest when in the main event, Chuck Tibbs is going to be facing off against Mamoa Curry. But that's not going to be the only historic thing happening that night, because our tag team champions, the War Wizards, they came to us last week, said they needed a spot to have their say, because they're making an absolutely historic announcement that's definitely going to have some connotations for Summerfest. I mean, what do you think it could be, Tibbs?
I don't know, Sills, but much like my son said, Summerfest is made for dream matches, so it better be on that level.
All right, well, why don't we go backstage with one of our top interviewers who are speaking with the War Wizards to hear what they have to say.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Honey Pot Mix Salad Cream is great backstage here with the men who successfully defended their JWF Tag Championships at Eccentric Force. The men known as the War Wizards, who apparently have a very historic announcement for tonight. Could you please tell us?
I'm sorry. You see, this isn't just a historic announcement for tonight, but for the JWF Tag Team division as a whole. You see, in just a few short weeks, the biggest shindig of the summer, Summerfest, will be upon us. And the War Wizards want to do something never before done in the JWF. You see, our reign with these belts over our shoulders has been based around one thing, and that's overcoming the odds. That's facing off against the best of the best and beating them at their own game. Whether that be beating the Southern Boys in a bar brawl or taking the Blockbusters to their limit in an all-out ladder war. You see, over the past few months, the War Wizards haven't just defeated the odds. We have become the odds. We are the pinnacle of this company, and when it comes to tag team action. And it seems No one wants to dethrone us on their own.
Which is why at Summerfest we want to have all the odds truly stacked against us, right, James? We want to have the wrath of the entire tag team division coming down on us. Wonderful! At Summerfest, the War Wizards want to finally feel fear. So, we are issuing an open challenge to every single damn team that wants a piece of us. And if you want to step up to the plate, feel free. Because at Summerfest, the War Wizards are going to have the first ever extraordinary quaternary. 4 teams step into one ring, and each are eliminated one by one until only one remains. One team in this company, only one can call themselves the JWF Tag Team Champions, and I can promise you it will be the War Wizards.
Oh my god, Tibbs, a historic announcement from the War Wizards. Looks like we're gonna have a, what did he say? Extraordinary quaternary, what the hell was it?
Happy Fun Foursquares, let's do it.
I'll be honest with you, Tibbs, it does sound like a fatal 4-way elimination match, but in their defense, we have not had one of those in a very long time in this company. This is definitely going to be a historic match, especially considering it's an open challenge. Any team over the next few weeks can come out. They can enter themselves in. I mean, teams from JXT, teams from companies that aren't even here can make a bid to come in and fight for the most prestigious title in our company for tag teams, the JWF Tag Team Championships.
You know what, Sills? This year has been the year for tag team wrestling in the JWF. The VWO started it off. The Wild Eyed Southern Boys raised the bar, and the War Wizards are keeping the pain. They won't stop until somebody rips those championships from their cold, dead hand.
That is right, Tibbs, but up next, we're going to be seeing some people who may be fighting for titles in the future. The quarterfinalist of the King of the Steel City tournament. Of course, we're going to see Hammerman taking on Fomo-San, but before that, I think, Tibbs, we would be remiss if we did not talk about what happened at the end of JWF Ignition last week. Scotty Moore came out, answered our captain's champion, the Dylan's Open Challenge, and Tibbs, I'll be honest, me and you both thought that Scotty Moore was about to become the brand new captain's champion right there and then.
He had a fire lit under his eyes, Sills. It looked like he took the Dylan for a spin. The Dylan was looking for a challenge, and looked like he'd finally found one in the face of Scotty Moore, but then, of course, well, I'll let you say it, Sills.
The Night Terror himself, the son of Mara, the animal known as Gozzie, appeared, choking out Scotty with a steel chain, bloodying him, dropping him with the Bloody Eagle straight down onto it. And of course, Scotty Moore not here this week. Has been taken to a local medical facility. We're not sure when he's going to be cleared to come back and wrestle here. But I mean, Gozzie, of course, you've made sure to take the precautions. Gozzie has been banned from the arena lest he cause any more chaos. But Tibbs, I gotta say, what do you think got into the mind of that kid?
I don't know, Sills. I'm not one to be trolling the TikToks, as it were, but I've heard tale that Scotty Moore said some pretty heinous stuff about Gozzie in the past, and maybe Gozzie just snapped. I mean, the man's got more dark-themed epithets than I've had fish hooks in my ass over the years, so who knows?
All right, too much information. On to the first of this week's quarterfinal matches for the King of the Steel City tournament. The Hammerman taking on Fomo-San, and you gotta think these two have had some battles in the past, Tibbs. I mean, just a few short months ago, they were fighting on a damn pay-per-view against one another, and now they are the #1 ranked tag team in our power rankings, but right now, they're fighting against one another.
Yeah, back at it again, Sills. Early on in the year when they were fighting, they had some fantastic matches, so I am looking forward to the Hammerman fighting his tag team partner, Fomo-San.
That's right, and that bell goes ding, and look, both men beginning with a big lockup in the center of the ring, both men jockeying for position. Hammerman should have a bit of a strength advantage here, going for an arm wringer, and it looks like, oh, wait a minute, Fomo flipping out of it, goes for an arm drag. Hammerman rolls through, steps back up, goes for that big boot, but Fomo-San ducks it, so he goes for the rising sun suplex, but ooh, Hammerman lands on his feet, and both men are standing off. What an amazing flurry of offense to start this match. You got to think both of these competitors know each other so well. Their movesets are almost twins to one another.
Great combination to start off the match there as they're standing off, circling each other, but you got to think, Stills, the Hammerman, he banked on his strength being better than Fomo-San's, but Fomo has shown us that he can pull from somewhere deep in himself to just stand tall like an oak.
That's right. You see both men almost showing respect, going for that handshake, and then, oh, look at that, shrugging, and both men just beating the living hell out of each other. I think they started off wanting a wrestling match, but right now I think they're just doing a fight. Both men landing vicious punches to one another's skull, and oh my God, just sends them over to the outside, falling over the top rope.
Fight me.
Fomo walking up him with a beautiful springboard crossbody. Looking at the agility of Fomo-San, very impressive. And look, our referee Shibata trying to call him back into the ring, trying to knock some sense into him. But ooh, a big boot from the Hammerman just levels Fomo on the outside.
This is a big fight, Sills. This is how brothers fight. They're not pulling any punches tonight.
That's right, Hammerman rolling Fomo-San into the ring, crawling up to that top rope. Hammerman may be trying to end things early with that hammer leg drop, but no! Fomo-San kips back up, rushes Hammer on the top rope. Both men jockeying for position. Fomo goes up, goes and nails him with a big Hurricane Rana, but no, Hammerman with the agility lands on his feet before rushing back with a big hammer boot, absolutely knocking the block of Fomo-San, goes for the pin. 1, 2, oh, Fomo barely getting that shoulder up at the last minute. Tibbs, that was 2 3/4.
That was so close, Sills. That big hammer boot, you gotta watch out for it. It's like a 20-kilo hammer just to the face.
That's right. You can see Hammerman starting to feel his ego a little bit, feel the proverbial oats, and literally deadlifting Fomo off the ground before hitting a beautiful back suplex of his own. Holds on, and ooh, Fomo kicks out before Shibata's hand can hit the mat, and Fomo looks livid. I mean, Fomo-San is the master of the back suplex. That rising sun suplex might be one of the most devastating finishing moves in JXT history, and to be hit with it by your own tag team partner, I think Fomo might be a little pissed right now.
Absolutely, Sills. That might be crossing the line there.
That's right, and look at that, stands right back up and just delivers a vicious clothesline to the Hammerman, and then a second, backs him up into the corner, a beautiful clothesline, follows it up with a bulldog to the center of the ring. Fomo-San has the Hammerman prone, and look at this, goes to the top rope before nailing a beautiful spiral tap straight down onto the chest. And you know, we talk about Fomo-San. We say he might be the smaller figure, but he's definitely the more dense, much more heavy. That had to cause some pain in the ribs. Holds on for a pin. 1, 2, kick out. And look at this. Both men just exhausted in the center of the ring. Can't even get back to their feet. Just trading shots while sitting down.
They're just waiting for one of them to break, Sills. This is a battle of endurance.
That's right, but finally, Fomo manages to get back to his feet, goes for a big kick, but Hammerman tips up, tries to go for that big, beautiful hammer spin kick. Fomo ducks it, and he's got him locked around the waist, goes for the rising sun suplex, but once again, Hammerman back flipping out of it, and then a second beautiful hammer spin kick, finally nailing it straight to the skull. And now the Hammerman has got Fomo-San in position, Tibbs. He climbs to that top rope, and look at that, gives his tag team partner a little wink before soaring through the air and dropping him with that beautiful hammer leg drop. Holds on for the pin. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's it, baby. Hammerman. Hammerman 2020. Hammerman 2020. Get him.
That's right, Tibbs, and it looks like the Hammerman may be going for seconds. Of course, we know last year Hammerman was the big man on campus winning the King of the Steel City tournament, dethroning a man who had actually won it 2 years in a row, Guy Fieri. And you got to think Guy Fieri's in the semifinals, Hammerman in the semifinals. We may see those two come to blows in the finals at Summerfest if all goes right for the Hammerman.
I'm looking forward to that confrontation, Sills. That is a picture-perfect confrontation, if any I could think of.
That's right, but now we move on to our final match in the quarterfinals of the King of the Steel City. Wait, hold on. Wait, on the Tron, backstage, someone's going after a cameraman. What the hell?
I don't know, what is...
Oh, God, it's Gozzie.
Oh, God damn it.
Gozzie is taking out our cameraman backstage. He's supposed to be banned. What the hell?
I don't know, Sills. I had people watching the door. I had his face plastered everywhere. He must have been wearing a damn mask.
Did you really think it would be that easy to get rid of me? Really? I am the dose of poison that this company has needed, has craved for a long, long time. I am the death nail for the cesspool called the JWF. For years, this company has got away with pushing the same people. This company is filled with parasites that you call wrestlers. Parasites that came to this company, sucked it dry, took what they could get out of it, and they're keeping all the little guys down and giving them nothing, doing everything they can to protect their spots. This company lets the snakes in the grass keep all the little guys down. Well, sorry, Scotty, and everyone else just like you. But now someone's here who has a set of balls and is here to cut the heads off the snakes. Scotty, I came at you not for nothing. I came at you because you're the worst of them all. I'm the apocalyptic event that wipes everything like you, Scotty, from the JWF. And when it's all said and done, you're going to thank me. Mark my words, you will thank me.
Well, strong words there from Gozzie, straight against Scotty Moore, straight against the JWF. It looks like Gozzie hasn't come here just for Scotty Moore. He's come here to destroy this company. And Tibbs, I'll be honest, Gozzie, he has a dark mind. If anybody could do it, it may be him.
I feel like I need a shower after that, Sills. That was... Ugh.
Yeah, that's all right, Tibbs. But now finally we move on to our main event of the evening. It is a battle of the oldest brother versus the youngest. Griffin Clouds taking on his brother, Justin. And you gotta think there's gotta be a little bit of jealousy here from Griffin. He's always had to look up to Justin. Justin has always had to be the dominant older brother. I mean, even in the VWO, we talk about Griffin being the leader, but Justin has always been unabashedly the powerhouse of the group.
Yeah, Justin always feels like he speaks his mind whenever he feels it needs to be spoken. Sills, even though Griffin Cloud's a former JWF World Heavyweight Champion in his own right, he always kind of feels like he's in his brother's shadows, especially the Hammerman, who casts a wide shadow.
That is right, Tibbs, but now look at this, the bell going ringing before the match, a little bit of gentlemanly conduct, both men going for a handshake, but oh, look at that, Justin just crushing the knuckles of Griffin underneath the might of his hand, and you gotta think that's something Justin's been torturing his younger brother with since they were kids.
Absolutely, Sills. That is an older brother move if I've ever seen one.
That's right, but ooh, Griffin with a big slap to the face saying he will not be disrespected, and it looks like he has got that raging bull, Justin Cloud, seeing red. Griffin backs up into the corner, then sidesteps a charging Justin before sending him into the ring post and rolling him up. 1, 2, ooh, kick out, but you see Justin right after that kick out, grabbing that shoulder, holding onto it. I think that collision with the ring post might be causing more damage than we can see.
That looks bad, Sills. You could separate your shoulder just on a collision with a ring post.
That's right. Now Griffin backing up, trying to finish things off, looking for a big knee trembler. But, ooh, Justin instead scoops him out of midair for a beautiful power slam before bouncing off the ropes and hitting a massive moonsault to the center of the ring, springboarding off the ropes. You see, that's the thing about Justin Clouds, Tibbs, is that surprising agility he has. I mean, you don't see many big men who can bounce off the ropes and hit a moonsault like that.
Absolutely not, Sills. That is under his own power. That man must have a massive vertical jump.
That's right. Possibly an 8-foot vertical leap there from him. And now you can look at this, Justin mounting his brother, and this is almost back to when they were playing as kids on the playground, just smacking him back and forth for his troubles. And now Justin fully powering Griffin back to his feet before, ooh, slamming him into the corner with a buckle bomb before running across the ring for a big splash into the corner. And at this point, you gotta think Griffin is not in a bad way. Yes, he's gotten the slap in at the beginning. Yes, he sent him into that turnbuckle. But outside of this has seemed like Justin's game this whole time.
Absolutely, Sills, especially after something like that buckle bomb. That thing is known to just hurt vertebrae, bruise your spine. You could even end up having a vertebrae fusion.
That's right, but now you can see Justin trying to end it early, calling for that cumulonimbus power bomb, one of the most vicious power bombs in JWF history. Lifts him up, but ooh, look at that, the shoulder giving way, and Griffin wisely kicks the knee out from underneath him before dropping him with a beautiful DDT. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, ooh, Justin kicks out, but still looks in a bad way. And Tibbs, I'll be honest with you, Griffin Clouds has looked good so far, but I don't think he's going to look good right now. It looks like he's calling for the under vapor, that massive tombstone pile driver maneuver that he uses, and I don't think he's going to be able to get Justin up.
I don't know, Sills. He's taking a lot of damage to his back, and if he lifts just the wrong way, it could send him tumbling down.
That's right. You can see him trying to lift up Justin, but oh, just like that, you can see him grabbing at the back, possibly tore something off of that, and Justin takes advantage, picks him up, scoops him for a running power slam. Ooh, center of the ring. 1, 2. Griffin kicked out. And you can see Justin Clouds is besides himself. He's almost got a small smile growing on his face, saying that he's got more. His little brother has a little bit more fight in him than he thought.
I think we got a stew going right now, Sills. This is going to be a banger.
That's right, Justin picking up his brother, just slamming his head into the mat. Still more of those playground antics coming from Justin Clouds. Picks him up, throws Griffin into the corner, and oh my God, just hits a massive chop. Oh, and then another carrying Griffin to the center of the ring. Griffin's chest is just turning beet red right now.
That's right, Sills. These may just look like playground antics, but Justin Clouds, he is the strongest of the Cloud brothers. Pound for pound, vertically, horizontally, if he even just gives you a small slap, that is with the force of 5 men.
That's right. You can see Griffin trying a chop of his own, but Justin seems unfazed by it before, ooh, nailing one final chop that sends Griffin to the earth. And look at this, Justin once again mocking his brother, placing a boot on his body, but Griffin kicking out at 1. But I don't even think Justin wanted that pin. I think Justin wanted to finish things off. He's calling for it. He's got his brother up. He's got him on that shoulder, and it looks like it is not giving way. He's getting ready to go to the semifinals with that cumulonimbus powerbomb. But no, Griffin slips behind. He slips behind, but look at this. He's got Justin's shoulder hooked. He's got that injured shoulder hooked. His leg wrapped around Justin's head, almost like a modified Koji clutch up in midair, and the big man is staggering. And let me tell you something. This is a wise move. The entire weight of Griffin Clouds is just crushing Justin underneath him as he locks in that Koji clutch.
Oh, damn, Sills. This is a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
That's right. You see, he's trying to find the ropes. He's trying to find some escape. But you can see Griffin wisely putting the arms in front of the eyes, blinding him, and finally Justin being forced to go down on one knee, and Griffin is wrenching on it more and more and more. And finally, Justin is forced to tap Justin is forced to tap to his younger brother, who quickly picks up Justin. Griffin standing across offers his brother a handshake, and they accept it. That might have been a fight for the ages, Tibbs, but at the end of the day, these two men are brothers still, but only one is moving on to the semifinals of the King of the Steel City tournament, and it was, of course, that man, Griffin Clouds.
You know what, Sills? We could be seeing something magical happen here. Griffin Clouds versus the Hammerman. Oh, just think of the possibilities.
That's right, Tibbs. You gotta think about the history those two have had before in the past. I mean, the VWO, they were kicked out of this company. The Hammerman, of course, came back under a mask, disguised his identity.
Fight me, Hulkster. Fight me.
Then, of course, Griffin came back. Griffin tried to make him return to the family. It was a heated rivalry over many months. But, of course, finally the VWO reunited and reclaimed their spot as one of the most dominant families here in the JWF. But that rivalry seems like it's coming back next week.
It might be back with a vengeance, Sills.
That's right. In addition to that, we're going to hear a response from Mamoa Curry to Chuck Tibbs' challenge for a Summerfest battle earlier tonight. In addition, I'm getting notified that Scotty Moore is going to be here live next week. He is not medically cleared to compete. Let me not make any mistakes about that. But he is back, and I've heard that he has an announcement for Summerfest. I got no idea what that could be.
I don't know, Sills. Let's hope it's not Gozzie related. Let's hope we can get that guy out of here as soon as possible.
That's right, Tibbs. But until next time, remember to support JWF Monday Night Ignition by donating to our Patreon. Patreon.com/AloadofBS donates to the entire BS network. And that includes us. That includes our sister show, Fight Boys. And you get tons of additional perks. It's a great website. In addition, make sure to support your favorite superstars by picking up their merchandise at merch.aloadofpurebs.com. And we got some comfy ass shirts over there, Tibbs. I tell you what.
100% Sills. Or if you just want a poster of my face, you got it.
That's right. But until next time, he's been Captain Tibbs. I've been Silver Spoon. This has been JWF Ignition. And we will see you next time.